Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to do another subscriber requested video. So this one was requested kind of a long time ago, and I'm finally getting around to it. Mostly because I don't have many of these fragrances in my collection, but I do have plenty to make a video. And I am probably leaving some out, to be totally honest, because anytime I go to pull for videos, because I don't know where all my stuff is, and it's like not organized in any way the way that it used to be, so inevitably I miss fragrances. But today we're going to be talking about tea fragrances. Again, I don't have a ton, but I do have plenty, and I'm going to jump right in. So the first one I'm going to talk about, because anytime I think about tea fragrances in my collection, this is the first fragrance that comes to mind. This is Jennifer Lopez Still. I love a good tea fragrance, but I find that tea notes don't last on me super well. I think that that's why I don't really get more into tea fragrances. The ones that I do have though, aside from a couple that we're going to talk about, these all perform really, really well. Still is no exception. It's beautiful. It's sweet, it's clean, it's fresh, it's floral. It's like a floral tea, like a sweet floral tea. And it's sweet in the way that honeysuckle is sweet. I don't know, sometimes you smell sweet and it smells, you know, like edible sweet. This is not edible sweet. This is like honeysuckle, floral, clean sweet. I love this. I adore this perfume. It's one of my favorite perfumes to wear when I get out of the shower, especially if I'm just going to be hanging around the house, because I will only have to apply it once. I will smell amazing all day. I'll smell it every time I move, and it's just beautiful. It performs really well in the heat and the cold. It doesn't matter what time of year. It would make an amazing signature scent, and it's just beautiful, and it's got this really gorgeous Earl Grey tea note in it, and I just love it. I love it. It's beautiful. So yeah, that's an easy breezy, like this would be a great beginner tea fragrance. It's just an easy breezy fragrance. So that is the first one, and that is Jennifer Lopez Still. Next we have Burberry The Beat. This is the EDP formulation. I don't have the EDT formulation. It does come in an EDT. I think the EDT is in like a white bottle. This is another stunning tea fragrance. This one is more heavy on the tea, less sweet. This one is it's a little bit powdery in the way that iris or almond is powdery, not like a baby powder. Very, very slightly sweet. There's something about this one that is so beautiful. It's not overly fresh, but it's got a cleanliness to it, and it's light, but it's still warm. It's gorgeous. It's a stunning tea fragrance. This is another one that when I think about this perfume, I think about tea. It's gorgeous. I don't talk about this one enough. I need to pick up a new bottle, because I think that that's why I don't wear it that often, because I don't have a ton left, and I'm like, oh, if I wear it, I'm gonna run out of it, and I just need to pick up a new bottle. I'm pretty sure it's probably been reformulated, but that's okay. But yeah, that is Burberry The Beat. Such a beautiful, again, super easy to wear. I think this would be a great signature scent, especially for somebody that doesn't want a floral signature scent or a sweet or gourmand signature scent. You're looking for something a little bit different. It's going to be super unique and tea-like. It's really gorgeous. So that is Burberry The Beat. Okay, this next one leans a little bit more gourmand. Oh, I adore this fragrance. This is Brocard My Cup of Tea 5 o'clock. Another reviewer, she sent over samples of a couple more in this line, and they're all tea fragrances. I'm not totally sure where those samples are at the moment though. There's just no tellings, or I would have pulled them and talked about them as well. This has been my favorite so far though. This one actually gets compared a lot to Winter Palace from Memo, and this cannot compare as far as quality goes. I've got a carded sample of Winter Palace from Memo, and yeah, as far as like complexity and quality, this definitely does not compare at all. In fact, they only smell alike in the initial spray. Once they start to dry down, you're gonna go on a journey with Winter Palace. You're gonna end up somewhere completely different than where you started. Brocard is incredibly linear, so it's just gonna smell the same throughout. This is yummy. This is like buttery lemon cookies and tea. That's exactly what it smells like to me. Like light, sweet, yummy, buttery lemon cookies and tea or sweet tea and lemon. Either one, but this has got a butteriness to it that you wouldn't necessarily get in a sweet tea with lemon. Yeah, I just love it. It reminds me of buttery lemon cookies and tea. It's so good. This one does not perform super well though. I can get maybe 4 or so hours out of it before I would need to reapply. It's not the worst in the world, but it's not the best either. This is another one that I need to pull out and start wearing more. I haven't worn this in a really long time, but I really, really love this one. So that is Brocard, My Cup of Tea, 5 o'clock. Next we've got our Guerlain. This is Guerlain Aqua Allegoria Teazzurra. And this is a pretty straightforward kind of citrusy tea fragrance. It's really light. It's not sweet, not really sweet. There might be like the slightest touch of sweetness, but it's mostly this really beautiful, bright, citrusy, fresh, light tea fragrance. Really, really beautiful. I only ever wear these Aqua Allegoria fragrances in the hottest heat of the summer. They don't perform very well at all. You can get, I don't know, maybe a couple hours out of them if you're lucky. I mostly keep them because I love them. I love how they smell and I love the bottles, but yeah, they don't wear super well. But I do love this one. This one smells, I don't know, there's something really like classy smelling about this. It reminds me of like a classy, expensive lady, you know, like on a cruise or something. It's really beautiful. Yeah, just not, nothing groundbreaking. It's not super unique or anything, but it is just a really nice, classy smelling tea fragrance. So anyways, that is Aqua Allegoria Teazzurra. Okay, next we have, this is the OG tea fragrance. For me, this came out when I was in middle school, I think, and it still smells the same. It just is way, way watered down. It doesn't perform the same at all. When this first came out, this was an absolute monster. It was nuclear. I would get, a lot of the times I would get the set where I would get the perfume and the body lotion or body souffle like in a set. And it was really expensive back then because, you know, it had just come out and Elizabeth Arden was still pretty relevant. And yeah, it was nuclear. You could layer the perfume over the body lotion and you would smell like that until you washed it off. It was so incredibly strong. Sadly, it's just not strong like that anymore. Really none of the Elizabeth Arden fragrances are either. I went through a sunflowers phase in middle school too, I think 8th or 9th grade. And again, it was absolutely nuclear. It just lasted forever, but sadly, I can't say that that one's been watered down. I haven't smelled that one probably since middle school, but I haven't smelled it in a really long time. So I'm not totally sure what that one's like now. I suspect it's been completely butchered, just like all of the other Elizabeth Arden fragrances, but I still love them. I keep this one, I keep True Love, and one day I will pick up Sunflowers because it'll bring back a lot of memories. But yeah, I just love this fragrance. It's the OG tea fragrance. It's light, it's airy, it's a little bit sweet. It's very tea heavy. It smells like a beautiful Japanese green tea fragrance. It's stunning. I adore it. Yeah, I'm quite sure I'm leaving something out. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm quite sure I'm leaving something really important out. But if I find it, I'll put it on the screen for you while I'm editing this video. But anyways, that is Elizabeth Arden green tea. This isn't everybody's cup of tea. There are some people that have always hated this. I've always loved it though. I think it's beautiful, but when I get a whiff of it, I could definitely see somebody really not liking this, especially this newest formulation. There is something that I feel like could be kind of sickening to some people. I just smell, you know, I just have the scent memory from when I was a kid, so it doesn't bother me, and I still love to wear this. I think it's just beautiful. Doesn't perform well at all anymore. You can only get a couple hours out of it, but I do really, really love this. So anyways, that is Elizabeth Arden green tea. I know what I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting I didn't pull my Al Rahab. Yeah, I've got an Al Rahab green tea oil that's really similar. I say it's really similar to the Elizabeth Arden green tea. It's not super, super similar, but you can wear them together and it does help the longevity of both of them. the Al Rahab does end up drying down to smell like the Elizabeth Arden. So it just doesn't smell like it kind of out of the bottle and when you first roll it on, but once it dries down after about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, it really does start to smell like the Elizabeth Arden. That's one of the ones that I'm forgetting. We'll see if I remember the rest. Okay, last two. I've got this one. This is one of those Urban Outfitters fragrances. I don't even know if this house has a name. It probably does, but this one is called Tea Matcha. And I have actually used this one quite a bit. You can see I put a pretty big dent in this. This one does not perform very well. This is why I don't mess with tea fragrances a whole lot, because for the most part, a lot of them just do not perform well. This one is so yummy. This smells like, if you've ever had that green tea from Panera, the green tea that has like some kind of a fruit in it. It's like a melon green tea, I think, at Panera. If you've ever had that melon green tea, which is so yummy, this kind of smells like that tastes. This is a really sweet, fruity green tea fragrance. It's really nice. I love this one. I just wish that it lasted any time at all. You can get maybe, I don't know, I wore this one time. I gave it a really good wear test one time, and I want to say I got a couple hours out of it. I remember it not being as bad as I thought it was going to be as far as performance goes, but it's still not great. Like, you're still gonna have to reapply it. I could, if I wore this again and wore it and made it my scent of the day for like the entire day, I could probably go through this whole spray to get one more good wear out of it, because I would have to reapply it that often and I would have to overspray it that much. But it smells really, really nice. If you like a kind of fruity green tea smell, oh gosh, it's beautiful. I think I picked this up at TJ Maxx in like in a set. So anyways, that is the Urban Outfitters Tea Matcha fragrance. And then last but not least, this is probably my favorite one on this list. I absolutely love this perfume. I also have the Duo clone of it, which I love as well. This is Kilian Princess, and this is like a gourmand tea, which is why I love it. This is more of like a gourmand tea latte kind of fragrance, like a matcha tea latte. It's sweet, it's yummy, it's a little bit nutty, it's gourmand, it's really creamy, it's warm, it's rich. It's a true gourmand fragrance. It really depends on the weather as to how it's gonna perform. There have been times that I've worn this that it's been an absolute beast. It's lasted for 6-8 hours. It's been great. There have been other times where I've sprayed it on and I couldn't smell anything. The Duo version, the Duo clone is called Princess, and it's really, really good. They're very, very similar. It's not 100% identical to the real thing, but it's close enough that it makes me happy. But yeah, if you like a gourmand, like yummy tea, oh my gosh, it's so good. I love this one. And if you don't have the original and you can't find it or don't want to spend the money on this, the Duo clone is really, really good. So anyways, that is Kilian Princess. And that is gonna be it, guys. Those are, for the most part, all of the tea fragrances that I have in my collection. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.